Good morning. This is the Great Basin Prescribed Fire and Weather Briefing for Friday, February 27th. Taking a look first at our fire activity, we do have prescribed burning in the purple circles across many parts of Utah, parts of eastern Nevada, and a couple projects up in Idaho as well, and a couple of small natural fires, less than an acre or so, where you see the red circles. We're in that dormant live fuel season, so those are always a possibility this time of year. Over the past week, it's been fairly wet across northern areas, a half inch to an inch of precipitation amounts on the left, locally higher amounts across the Ruby Mountains, but much more sparse precipitation further south. The evaporative demand drought index, or the flash drought index, over the past 2 months shows that extreme drought conditions continue in those southern areas, level 4 being the highest in that dark red, but still some pockets of moderate drought or so, and some locally more severe drought in parts of Idaho as well. And our snowpack reflects that a lot of our areas have come up a little bit, but still below 70% in a lot of areas, in some pockets below 50%. When you see the red areas through here, so we got a ways to go to get that snowpack normalized. The only place that is semi-normalized is in the western Wyoming area. Snow cover map shown here. Mostly confined to the highest elevations. A lot of the middle elevations lost their snow cover with the high elevation rains of the recent days. Looking at some selected PSAs and fuels where current burn projects are occurring in southern Ely's district, you can see that ERCs are well above normal and not too far away from record dry conditions this time of year. They actually are at record high levels here in the Arizona Strip, so we are watching that very carefully. Upper level map shows high pressure building in from the south, pushing some Pacific moisture up and over the ridge into parts of California, but it's spilling over into parts of the Nevada and parts of Utah today. We'll see some increasing clouds, can't rule out some spotty showers, dry air wedging in on west-northwest flow ahead of it. The dispersion index, we see areas in the white is excellent dispersion, areas in the red, poor overall dispersion. And then we look at the surface winds. We see that overall fairly light winds, except maybe 10 to 20 miles an hour across parts of the Snake River Plain, parts of the Uintas. Minimum relative humidity driest in the far south, upper teens, otherwise mostly 25 to 35% across most areas. The transport winds stronger across the high Wasatch, maybe seeing some transport winds above 25 miles an hour. Similarly, up in the mountains of western Wyoming, lighter elsewhere. Vertical mixing starting to improve with the longer daylight hours, seeing it getting up to maybe 2.5 to 4,000 feet areas in the yellow to orange. Now for Saturday, the high pressure ridge stays over the south, but we still see this low pressure area off the northern California coast pulling in some moisture, thicker moisture. You see the dark green across parts of northern Nevada, western Utah. Could see some precipitation through there, although on the light side. The cloud cover is going to result in somewhat less dispersion and mixing, so that's why we have more red on the map. You see the winds are fairly light except for southern areas. Same story with the humidity, upper teens to low 20% range in the south, 30 to 50% in northern areas under the cloud cover. Transport winds strongest in those southern areas, maybe 15 to 25 miles an hour. Vertical mixing best in the southern half of the area, a couple of thousand feet above ground level, lower as you head further north. And then on Sunday, this low pressure area very slow to move, still keeping clouds and moisture across northern Utah and pushing it into parts of Idaho and western Wyoming. That's why the ventilation index is lowest there. Less sunlight means less mixing. We have good mixing in southern areas. That's where also the surface winds are going to be quite strong, coming in out of the south and southwest, downsloping off some of the southern Sierra. Could see gusts of over 35 miles an hour in some of these areas. Humidity mid-teens to low 20% range in the south, 30 to 60+% as you head further north. Transport winds show some really strong winds, maybe over 40 miles an hour. You see the dark purples and oranges. Lesser as you head further south. Again, good overall mixing. Some of these areas in the red is vertical mixing of 5,000 plus feet. So with that moisture coming in over the northern California area into northern Nevada and northern Utah, we do see the potential maybe for 1/10 of an inch of precipitation, maybe 1/4 inch, the dark green over the Ruby Mountains and parts of the Uintas. And if we go further in time, this low pressure area is going to be with us most of the week. Slow moving. A lot of the moisture goes into Idaho and into northern areas of Nevada and Utah, but that improves the overall mixing. The low finally traverses the area into eastern areas on Tuesday. Another front pushes through behind it on Wednesday with a front and some precipitation. And by Thursday, we briefly dry out. And there'll be a cold front coming through with some colder air, but excellent overall dispersion as we get rid of that high pressure and get more of a breezier, good mixing pattern. This is precipitation expected Monday morning through Wednesday morning. Precipitation Wednesday morning through Friday morning kind of overspreads over many of our northern areas, and our total 7-day precipitation shown here. So about 80+% of the geographic area should see some measurable precipitation, if not moderate to heavy in the areas in the blue and purple. And there could be some accumulations of snow. Snow levels will be on the higher side above 7,500 feet, but anything we can get will help at this point. And the extended 8 to 14-day outlook, near normal temperatures, near normal to slightly drier than normal precipitation probabilities across the western part of the Great Basin, a little bit higher than normal probabilities as you get further east. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll talk to you again on Monday.